going on, guys? We're back, and welcome to the podcast. We're your hosts,
Monday
and Geraldo. Call me G. You already know what it is, And today we're gonna be talking about trees and maple syrup and flour and all that good stuff. So,
yep. And the quote of the day is: "The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn." And speaking of acorn, I'm just gonna talk to you guys about acorn flour. It's actually the season for the acorns, fall. So what you can do is try to gather as much acorns as possible. I'm going to say maybe about, well, you do have to kind of crack them first.
Yeah, you need a good amount, at least like 4 or 5 cups.
Maybe 6 cups or something, just because you have to take the shells off and everything, and so that kind of puts the cups down. But I mean, at least like 5-6 cups of acorns, and usually just pretty much put that in the blender with some water, and you put it through a bag to kind of, because I think it's all bitter.
It is bitter. It's gonna have basically like yellow stuff.
Yeah, because the inside of the acorn is yellow though. That's why the color is yellow. But there's like a bitterness to it. Like, I think it's just a lot of liquid that you have to squeeze out of it. So after you squeeze that out, it has like a clumpy kind of texture to it that you have to dry out into the oven or a dehydrator or whatever for a few hours. And you pretty much, after that's all dried, you sift it through a sifter or a strainer or whatever, and there you go, you have flour. You can make pancakes, you can make muffins, you could bake. Any of your baking needs is just a healthier way of cooking instead of using regular, I don't know, bleached flour or something. I mean, you can always use other flours like garbanzo bean flour or oat flour. You can just take some oats, put it in a food processor, call it some flour. So there's different ways of making flours with a whole bunch of different things, but acorn flour seems pretty...
I mean, it's
different.
free.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah, it's really different. You know, it has a good, different taste to it and everything. And yeah, like you said, it's free. Just we try to find some easy, free things to do, like in nature, right? It's good to try to find things in nature that you're able to ingest.
We're gonna show you different things like garbanzo bean flour, all that stuff, but it's the season for it. There's acorns everywhere. You just grab a little plastic bag, fill it to the top with acorns, and you should have more than enough. Mm-hmm. The yellow stuff that we're talking about is called tangents, and it's really, really bitter. So if you don't rinse it out, if you don't do the whole process of rinsing it, straining it, it's gonna be really, really bitter. But
so that's a really important step in that, is making sure that you're straining that part out with the bag or
the
anything.
Tangents, it's really crazy.
Yeah, but we're gonna make a video on that anyways. But we just kind of wanted to put that in perspective, just because it's the season. It just became fall. Oh, also, happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hope you guys have a good holiday. Well, there's more holiday to come anyways. So
we're probably going to try to do something special for you guys on Christmas.
Yeah. So,
So give us some ideas. Comment below. What do you want to see? And while you're down there, hit that like button and hit that bell.
Yeah. Probably
hit that thing. All right. So,
next topic is...
Yeah, basically, we're just going to hit on a couple of things. While we're hitting on the trees, we should talk about, like, tapping the trees, because right now, it's about to get into winter time. So, basically, if some of you guys know, you can tap trees and make maple syrup. So, you can try with maple syrup, birch... Any type of tree. You can basically tap trees and make either syrup, or you can use it as water. So let's pretend if you're in a place where it's contaminated. I'm not sure why people in Michigan don't do this. You know how they say Flint is still like poison water is like dirt. You can use that as survival situation. If you're gonna die of dehydration, you can use it as cooking. You can drink it, but that sap is sugary, so. You might get a little bit of a sugar rush. But tapping trees, it's so easy. I'm probably going to leave a link in the description. Check it out. Or you can go buy the tapping kits. It's legit.
On Amazon, right?
Yeah, Amazon, I think, is your best bet to get it for cheap. You can get at least, I think, 10 taps. 10
Does it come with the?
Yeah, it comes with everything. So basically, when you tap a tree, who guys people don't know, you're gonna need a couple of things. You're gonna need basically a drill. Unless you're old school, back in the day, the Native Americans, they used to use a tomahawk and just crack open the trees. And you want to do it in an upwards motion. That way,
so gravity can
exactly
kind of pull it
So
out.
the Native Americans used to use a wood chip to stick it into the tree in the upwards motion so all the sap drips down. But with the technology and everything's advanced, they have a new spout or a spigot, whatever you want to call it. And it lets all the sap drip out. So you're gonna need a container to hold all that stuff.
Yeah, like a bucket, right? Like how many gallons is the
at
bucket?
least a 5-gallon bucket. But you're gonna have to keep changing that like every couple hours.
It depends on how much you want, though.
Yeah, but you're gonna need at least 10 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
You know what? I think because it's mostly water. The sap
is
mostly water, so I think you have to boil it down to just that sugar content. So that sugar content of the sap is the syrup.
Yeah.
The thick syrup that you can put on.
No, for real, it is.
That's crazy.
Like I said, it's mostly, like she said, it's mostly water. You can drink it, but if you're trying to make the syrup, you have to boil it down for hours. So I recommend if you're going to do the syrup, try boiling it outside for the first half, because if not, you're going to have a lot of steam, a lot of condensation and humidity in your house, and that can ruin wallpaper, everything. You don't want, that brings a lot of bugs. I think roaches come from humidity. Nobody wants those in their house. But yeah, trees. Also, when you're tapping the tree and the syrup is coming out, you want to have a lid. And the lid? You want to have the lid on there. That way, no bugs, because the bugs are attracted to the sugar. And it's gonna be disgusting when you come to your sap, and there's gonna be a lot of bugs in there. So have a lid with the hole cut in it, and have there's gonna be a tubing that comes with it, and have the tube come in.
Yeah, and you just have to pretty much keep it there for a few hours because it drips. I think it depends on the tree or the position of the tree. I think it was like the northwest.
Yes, it has to do with the sun. Wherever the sun is shining on the tree.
More of the sap drips on that side. So if you get a different side of the tree, the sap drips slower. So if 5 hours go by, you might not get as much sap as a different side of a tree where the sun is kind of hitting it more and the sap runs faster.
Yeah, and you can't tap trees all year long. So if you try to tap a tree in the middle of summer, your maple syrup is gonna taste like twigs. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna taste like I don't know.
What's the season for tapping trees?
I want to say like late winter, early spring. So you want to hit it. Well, and also it depends. It depends on your area.
Yeah.
You want to. The temperature has to be where in the morning time it reaches 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and then at night it reaches almost freezing or below freezing. So that could be any. It depends, because right now we're in New England, and it's getting pretty cold right now. The days are reaching where it's around 30 degrees, and at night it's getting freezing. So you could tap a tree right now probably. Yeah. And you have to know what you're doing. That's why we're telling you what to do now, so when we actually go do it, you have a better understanding. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can kill the tree. Like, you can give the tree diseases, and you can kill it.
Yeah, and when you do go into the tree with whatever you're, inserting it with, like a gun, you can't go in too far.
Yeah, you have to go at least 1 inch maximum. This is not even a drill. This is the screwdriver bit. But you need a drill bit. And you have to drill upwards motion, at least 1 inch. You can have a stopper that stops it wherever you want to go.
That's a good idea.
But you can do it up to 1 inch, and then stick the spigot in there, and let it drip out the tube
into the bucket.
Yeah. So basically, like we said, 30 degrees in the morning, up to 40 degrees, and then freezing temperatures at night. And try to do it on where the sun shines. That way, most of the sap thaws out, and it's gonna, flow. And then basically that's it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do, whenever we do the tree tapping, we'll do a vlog on that anyways. We're gonna do a vlog on.
We have to.
Us in the wild or wherever we're gonna do it, and you'll see the process of the tapping, anyways. But
Tapping a tree. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you could go ahead.
Yeah, tapping a tree. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. But tapping a tree is not a one-day process, so it's gonna take a long time for it to come out. Then you have to boil it. Yeah, at least 2 days. 2 days. It could be more, but like she said earlier, the more sap you have, the longer it's gonna take. You need 10 gallons to get 1 gallon of syrup.
Or was it one?
No, that's the portion, 10 to 1.
Oh, okay.
10 to 1.
I don't know if it was like 1 quart or...
No, those are for less. Yeah, so basically 4 gallons will get you 1 quart jar. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy. You need a lot, and you just gotta know what you're doing. And we're gonna talk about the tree identification. So you can do many different trees to tap. You can tap, like you said, a walnut tree. You can do maple trees. There's multiple different maple trees. You can do birch trees, beech trees. I heard that beech trees, actually birch trees. Birch trees are the sweetest, and they're actually the easiest to identify. They're like the gray ones. The gray trees are like kind of skinny, and they have the bark going horizontal instead of vertically. So they're really easy to identify. And I always recommend identifying the trees probably around this time of year when all the leaves are falling, because if you identify with the bark, then by the time it has leaves, you'll be an expert. You just already know what it is. But if you want to do the maple trees for the maple syrup, look at I know you can't really see right now. I'm gonna have the picture up here so you can see, or over here somewhere where it's now blocking our faces. But the leaves actually are really jagged. It's really all over the place, at least like 7 points or something like that. And they come in multiple different colors according to the seasons. But it's hard to explain. It just really jagged, and it has multiple different points. And once you see it, you're going to know what it looks like. There's no way not to know. I mean, it's still probably going to be up here by now. That way you can get it in your face.
Right. I mean, they can also find like good tree identification books.
Yeah.
Because he has a plant identification book.
Yeah, get the book. I'm going to link it. Yeah, don't show him because it's the background right now.
Oh.
Yeah, remember?
Alright, that's
not so basically, I'm going to leave it in the description. That way you can see what it is and follow along. But also, another way to identify it, remember when we were kids and we grab those little helicopters and we throw them in the air and they spin to the ground?
I remember
those?
That.
Yeah, those are the trees. Those are the trees you want to find. If you can find, if you can find them on the ground, those little, I don't know if you guys can know what I'm talking about.
You could probably put another.
Yeah, I gotta look it up, but just know, if you know what I'm talking about, the little helicopter things, you grab them, it's a little pod, and you throw them up in the air and they spin, you know. But if you find those on the ground, most likely there's going to be a maple tree right next to you. A sugar maple, a regular maple, a red maple.
So those things, those like wing-looking things, are for maple trees?
Maple trees.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you find acorns on the floor, that's going to be for the oak trees. Oak trees. If you find the walnuts on the floor, it's going to be the walnut tree.
Walnut tree. And they have like English walnut, black walnuts. Yeah.
Many different trees. It's so easy, guys. And it's crazy because we see all these medicine and food and we walk right past it every day. And our parents told us, our grandparents, don't touch that, that's poison, oh, that's poison ivy.
A lot of people think like things are weeds and they're really good medicine. Yeah. You can make things with tea.
Eat your weeds, guys. Yeah, eat your weeds. Don't. Not that way. This is Disney, guys. But honestly, some people say, yo, this is poison ivy without even being poison ivy. Every plant is poison ivy nowadays for some reason.
You never know. They have some weird things out.
Nah. Once you know what a plant looks like, it's like riding a bike. You're never going to forget.
It's just really helpful to be educated on it. Like, you know, he has his plant books and he has his mushroom books and he has his tree books. So he knows what is good and what isn't good. So if you're not educated, I wouldn't recommend that you try to do anything or try to eat anything out there. Just make sure you're at least educated because you don't want to kill yourself or anything.
Well, you can't really kill yourself by tapping these trees. Cause
no, I meant like with other things too, like mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms is the most dangerous one.
You know, you can really kill yourself if you're not educated. That's what I mean. But, you know, I don't know, like there's poisonous berries out there that you might think that are, oh, look, here's a berry. I
found some nice raspberries. Remember when I found those in the spring?
Oh, yeah.
I found some really nice raspberries. I should have took them home. That would have been good. But basically, that's it, man. This is just a quick video. I just want to tell you, go out there, look for the trees. Go out, find those spinning pods. Find those acorns on the floor. Grab a whole bag of acorns. We're going to bring you that video of the flower. It tastes great once you process it. The walnuts, when you find the walnuts on the floor, you're going to walk past it because you don't know it's a walnut. It has a green,
Oh, yeah, it does.
It has a green thing, yeah.
You have to cut through like 2 layers, though. You have to cut through the green, and you have to cut through the actual walnut. Like,
a real walnut has a green thing over the top.
I never knew that, though.
It's
because
crazy.
The stuff that you see in the stores have the brown thing with the like lines, and you have like a nut cracker thing, and you cut it. But on top of the brown, there's a green.
Yeah, it's a green layer. You have to let it dry out, cut it.
I was just about to say that.
Then let it dry out again. That way you can be able to crack it, get to the walnut. It's so many things we're gonna bring you. And
it's funny how we don't know what the process is of the things that we buy in the stores. Mm-hmm. Like, who would have known that walnuts are green?
You know what's so funny? That when we go to the store, they give you an illusion of like many different things, but all those different items are made with the same stuff. Fructose, corn syrup, sugar, wheat, flour. It's going to be any one of those BS, So, that's about it.
There's just always different, healthier alternatives of making things like yourself. Like, I was just talking about the acorn flour. Instead of going to buy flour at the store, and you don't, what's flour even made of? Like,
it's like wheat and stuff.
Bleach and not bleach and all this stuff. You can get something natural. I mean, it takes time. Everything takes time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me or something. I don't mind taking the time to do things like with the jams and jellies. It takes time, but I don't mind taking the time.
It tastes great, man. I'm telling you. I eat those peanut butter jellies almost every day for work, and they're great, man.
It's
I'm not just saying
that. It takes time, so I don't know if you're willing to use the time and to try to learn new things and explore nature, God's nature, I would say go out there and find some acorns and try to get in the kitchen and just make some acorn flour.
It's the season right now. I don't know why wouldn't you take advantage of that. It's free food. Everyone talks about eating healthy is expensive. And we're giving you free stuff that you probably like, acorns? Like, yeah, for real, though. They're like, what look like an acorn? Like, but, yo, I tell you, if you do what we say and we're going to show you step by step on how to process it, how to make it, how to, prepare it, how to make your favorite dish. Oh, so you made the flour. Now what? Let's make some muffins. Let's make something,
Pancakes.
We're going to make our own pancakes. Oh, with our own acorn flour, with our own, maple syrup. It's going to be crazy. Just stick around. I'm telling you, hit that notification bell. And we're going to bring you nothing but great content because that's what we're here for. We're not here to make, 5-minute videos and not see us again for like another month. As long as you guys, keep commenting and let us know what we want and what do you recommend and what we can fix.
Yeah, what do you want to see? What do you want to see from us?
If you see that we're doing something wrong or you disagree with, comment below.
We take criticism well. Like, let us know like what your thoughts are on the video. What do you like? What do you don't like?
And also,
I don't mind.
I forgot to mention, do not tap like conifer trees, which are the ones that look like Christmas trees, like pine trees.
Oh, evergreens.
Spruces, yeah, all evergreens. Evergreen's another word.
Okay.
But they're also called conifer. Yeah, conifer trees. Yeah, conifer. So the hardwood are called deciduous trees, which are like the ones I mentioned, maple, all those other ones. But the Christmas tree looking ones, the evergreens, they're called conifers.
They don't. You can't tap those.
I mean, no. You can't even eat a mushroom from that grows on them because they'll get you sick. There's a whole debate on it, so I wouldn't do it. I don't see it. Where's Mark Dice at?
Shut up.
Alex Jones.
Anywho.
Alright, we're gonna end it there before we get banned too.
You're stupid.
So make sure you like the video, comment below, hit that notification bell, and remember with emngee, we're gonna bring you heaven on your taste buds. Alright guys, bye-bye.
Bye.